No, you can have a light conversation about something serious.
That is like so important right there, what you just said. We do not have to take everything so serious, right? So like the energy we bring into the conversation can change everything. He started with this like, oh, your hair looks great. Just, oh, thank you. You know, and your energy was there and then it dropped. There's an opportunity, like we play fight. We will take these kinds of things, like have fun with it. Can you believe you were so upset? I mean, like, look how good this hair looks, and you were upset about taking me to get this hair? It can be playful. So consider that. Fights aren't heavy. They're just about resolving something, getting this energy out. Like, yeah, and I tell you, like, I was a little bit bugged by that, you know, and I don't want to be bugged. That's silly.
Bugged.
Got bugged. See, like how I'm diminishing it, right? This is again, this is like Tony's teachings right there. I was really pissed off. I was bugged. Right. It's the language is going to totally change our state. I was bothered by it. I was upset. I was just bothered. I just want to share with you what I was bothered by. So fantastic feedback there, Sebastian. It's like being able to say, watch your state. Don't don't let that energy drop. And he had
Yeah,
an immediate reaction to it. Sarah is like, when it got serious, it was like, oh,
yeah, yeah,
I just
yeah.
gave her a compliment. I just got kicked in the nuts for it.
Yeah, it's like
He's
it was
reliving it right
weird. It was like it's light, and then suddenly you're like, oh, I want to I'll talk about something. So it's like it makes, and I'm like, oh, something serious is coming, and that's not, and that doesn't have to be part of the whole thing. So that's
And
the effect of it. I'm like, oh, she's getting serious. I'm like, hey, what's happening? Then I feel it feels very different for me. And that's indeed just what John said. That's the state. It's just like, oh, honey, thank you for the compliment. And then, oh, hey, there's actually something I wanted to discuss. Just keep that same light, and then you can just from those feelings you can still express also from the lighter feeling. It doesn't have to be like, oh, yesterday. No, hey, yesterday you can still do the same process.
I love
the,
this. Yeah.
there's another little distinction here, just to be aware of. I'm not saying this is always true, so don't hear it that way. Compliment, and then there's a negative reaction. What did we just train? We just
Oh, wow.
trained that a compliment is going to get a negative reaction. How many compliments will we get if we train our partner that way?
None.
That's right. That's right. So it's that's such an opportunity to take it in. And Sebastian, great job, like bringing that right into the beginning, because now we have access to this and we can all be like very aware that if someone gives me a compliment, like accept it. And you did good with that. I'm not saying you didn't. It's just a quick drop. It was very
Yeah.
abrupt.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So if
Let's
you had
go
to
to
do a score, Sebastian, what would it be from 1 to 10?
8.5.
8.5.
Amen.
Lovely. Well, let's go to the lovely spectator right next to you. Julie, what was great and what could be even better?
What was great was, yeah, that you pre-framed it and that you uh did the part where you said you just wanted him to listen and that you were good. I guess that's part of the pre-frame. And that where I know this isn't true. I know that's not true. That you did that. So you covered the elements, I think. Um, at least most of them. Yeah. So that was great.
What could be even better?
And what could be even better is that, yeah, a couple of times you kind of drug it on a little bit further than you needed to. And I would say that because it was in two different ways. It was in the beginning, I guess when you were trying to make him feel comfortable that everything was okay, that went a bit longer than I think you needed to. It started to lose his attention where he was like, okay, come on, let's go. What is it? And so it felt like it could have been like maybe half as long. And but maybe there was like some insecurity there or something that you didn't want to just move on, but you could have. And I feel. And then the next time was what you already said, where going in and out of the story. Like, and I don't know how you resolve that, because I do that too. I talk through things and more stuff. I realize more things as I talk through, and to actually get that story up and get it before I start to speak. I don't know how you deal with that, but that was the other thing that I noticed, was the going back in, and it became a little bit heavier. But I understand that those things for you, maybe you needed to work through that. So,
And I think it was the stacking, because he does this all the time. Like,
What's the score, Julie?
so I would say an 8.2.
Amazing.
So, Julie, I'm going to answer your question there, though. You were asking a question. How do you get better at this? Because you don't know. Be here, right? Practice, 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 practice. That's all it really is. The first time Sara went through this was not like this at all, right? We get stuck in the story. Okay, so she knows that. She could get rid of that within one day. And so could you. How? Do 50 of these. Right? That's all. And do you need a partner to do 50? Nope. Because you can talk to the mirror. It doesn't even matter. Make up a fight, go through it, and just get the structure. And we're going to give some feedback in a moment to Sara that I think will help as well. But before we do that, we're going to go to Saba. And Saba is going to give feedback.
Hi. Sorry, it's asking me to unmute, but I'm already unmuted. Okay. I think it was really great when you made it about yourself, about how it's affecting you, and what you're feeling. And it didn't sound like you were attacking him. It was just about what was going on inside your body, inside your head. So that was really great. Knowing the difference between males and females, I feel like men like people to get to a point quick, whereas women, we can talk all day and we're good with that. So I'm not sure of the format of the breaking down or the resolutions. However, for me, what I would say would have been more helpful for, I forgot your name, sorry.
Sebastian.
Sebastian, thank you. Is to think about what you want to say, think of the points, and then maybe have in your head, I'm going to stick to like a minute or two and make sure there's a point in there and then say it to him. But at the same time, I feel as a woman, we have to process and talk through things to figure out how we're actually feeling, because otherwise we don't know ourselves, which is why it comes out when you're having the conversation. And the conflict may be that he wants you to get to the point, and you're like, I don't know what the point is yet. I just know I'm feeling a lot. So yeah. So based on that, I would score that. Again, not going through your structure completely, I would score that 7 out of 10, based on that.
Outstanding. All right, we're going to give 2 more pieces of feedback from me and Annie. So Sara, I think what was fantastic is right at the beginning, you made it very clear, I don't really want you to change anything. I just want to be able to empty out, because you probably noticed that my energy's off. And so as much as we dropped down, that also kind of brought it back up a little bit, like, oh, so you're upset, but I'm okay. I didn't do anything wrong. I thought that was awesome. What could be even better? So I'm going to give out 2 things. One is the experience is just the facts. And a way to make sure we stay in facts is to use I, not you. So you were doing these things. No, these things were happening. That's the difference, right? And here's how I was experiencing this moment. I heard you a few times, that's story, usually. So just be aware of that. And it also puts them into a defensive posture, right? And then I think Annie's probably going to give the second one. So I'll give you my third, which is, you said that it is, I know this isn't true, but then you told more story. And then you went back into some of the ways it's not true. So it's just something to be aware of. The word but, if you look at it this way, completely negates everything you've said up to that point. So I've been lying to you. Now I will tell you the truth.
Mm.
Okay. Score, I will give it because we didn't finish the structure because it wasn't resolved, I've got to give it a 6.
Okay. I give it a 7. I thought, it was not resolved. I think what was really, really awesome is you had even weaved an acknowledgement in the beginning, in the pre-frame. I know you're very perceptive or attentive, however you said it, to my emotions. And I just want to tell you, in case you're wondering what's off. And immediately, wow, acknowledgement, right? I know, like, he's very sensitive to, or Sebastian's very sensitive to, like, he notices.
Men.
And yeah. What?
Men are very sensitive too.
And so there was like sprinkling of acknowledgement throughout, and the pre-frame was excellent. So it was like you created this environment where I'd want to listen to what you had to say. I don't think this is what you thought I was going to go into. For me, the things that can get better, we talked about weaving the story and the experience. One way to get really great at that, this is something that I do, is with more practice, I notice that I get upset about the exact same things over and over and over again. It's only there's only a handful, So my pattern is abandonment, right? And everything kind of revolves around being abandoned. And so now that I'm more cognizant of it, I can go straight to the story, and it's short. But if we're not familiar with what we're thinking, it takes a while to figure out how we're feeling, and then we're discovering more details. So I think you did great for, just you've been here through the practice. So it just comes through time and practice.
So I will add in the piece, since you didn't hit it, is just a very long story.
Yeah.
So be aware of that. I would invite that the story, that if you want to be super effective, make that 15 to 20 seconds max, right? And the way it's not true, like, I know that's not true because you can make that like twice as long, 3 times as long. Because then what we're doing is we're unstacking the story and stacking the truth. That's the purpose, because you're not stuck, you're stacked. So unstack and then restack the positive. And then the request becomes very easy, is what you might find, right? It's like, well, I know that's not true because, and then you start saying all these positive things. What I really want is for you not to change at all, because you're amazing. It's like, we're great.
Yeah. A lot of people think the resolution is, I feel like I've really said my piece and now I feel at peace because this person gets how I'm feeling. But that's not really the resolution. The resolution is that I am training myself to interrupt my own patterns and create this new pattern. So something that I say often to him if I'm having a breakdown is I'm having a story that, like, and this is like the story that my parents abandoned me. So I was like, I'm super sensitive to that, but I felt like you left me. And yeah, but that, I know that's not true because, and then I stack, right? Because now it's not even about him. It's just a history of this pattern that I've had conditioned. And then now the resolution comes afterwards where I'm retraining my mind of all the things that he's done well, and then I'm resolved. So that is really responsibility that we're taking. Is like, it doesn't even require him to do anything. I resolved it myself. I'm empowered.
That's right. Most of the time, our resolution step is literally, and you don't have to change anything. You did great. Thank you for listening. Everything's good. The end. And we move about our day. Okay. Make sense?
Yep.
All
Makes
right.
sense.
Good, because you only have 2 minutes this time.
Oh.
All right. So we're going to go again. Now that you have the structure, and just so everyone has the structure that's listening in, so it's experience. Well, first off, it's the pre-frame, which you're excellent at. So it's going to pre-frame, then we're going to do experience. This is just the facts. I called you. I left a message. I didn't get a call back. See how factual that is? It's inarguable at that point. And give you the opposite of what that could sound like. I left you a message. You didn't listen to it. You must be ignoring me. Right. So now I'm blaming. So we don't want to do that. So I didn't get a call back. And I was feeling sad and a little bit mad because I was making up this story that I didn't matter to you anymore. And I know that's not true, clearly I matter to you. I mean, you do so much for me. Like you made this wonderful cup of coffee. You even used two pods to make sure that there's decaf, and then you put the little bit of espresso in it. You even put a little heart. Clearly, you love. Who would put a heart on a cup of coffee, do a separate little thing of milk to be able to put, like, I know you love me. I know how much you care about me, and I'm good. There's actually nothing to change. Or if there is something to change, it's probably pretty minor at this point, right? Because I know she cares. Would mean a lot to me, might even say this, mean a lot to me if you can't answer the phone, send me a text or let me know in advance that you can't be on your phone because you're in a meeting, you're doing training. It'd mean a whole lot to me. If you don't, that's okay, because I know how much you do care about me. Does that work for you? By the way, we did this live on stage at the TEDx. She was in the audience and I resolved it just like that. So with that, Sarah, we're gonna give you 2 minutes.
Julie, are you okay with this? Because I think that was part of like the thing in my head. I was like, it feels really weird for me to do this with someone that's in a relationship.
You mean it, God.
I have a feeling that Julie's learning a lot right now because I have a feeling this is not some random conflict.
That she
Find
chose.
it later.
And she chose, remember.
We'll have a next. Go ahead, Sarah. We'll have a next argument after this.
And in 3, 2, 1, action.
Hi, honey, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. I love your new hair color. It's really
Oh my
nice.
God, I know it looks so good, right?
Yeah, it's also really good.
No, and especially like, watch, no glasses, glasses, no glasses.
Oh,
Like
cool,
I
nice.
walked out and honestly, like even the hairdressers when I was walking out, they were like, you look so great. Um,
Uh-huh. Cool.
so thank you
Awesome.
so much for noticing it. I love it how you always love how my hair looks. And
Nice.
I wanted to share something with you because I had this feeling when I asked you to give me a ride, that like you weren't super excited about it, and I just wanted to unload because like I'm not feeling this way anymore, but I kind of had like this like this story that started playing in my head. It's one of those things that I usually play in my head, but we are
Mhm.
totally good. I already know that we are great. But I just wanted to unload because I'm gonna feel lighter, and I love sharing and connecting with you. And this is the little thing that popped in my head. So if you don't
Yeah,
mind
sure.
for 1 minute,
Go ahead.
when I asked you for a ride, I had the feeling that you were kind of bothered by it, and I couldn't tell if it was like you just didn't want to, or it was bad timing, or you just don't like it when I get my hair done. And so I started playing this story in my head that I usually do. It's like you don't like it when I spend any money on myself. That it's like that's a waste of time. You already look great, but I realized that you actually do love it. Like every time I come back from the hairdresser, you're like you look great, and you lighten up, and I'm like it's. I know that none of it is true, and so you were probably just busy, or I don't know. You can tell me what it was, but
Mhm.
um, I I started realizing like, wow, I'm going down my usual patterns of like, why is he upset? And I started getting upset, and I know it really has nothing to do with you. Yeah, so this feels good to get that out of the way.
Oh,
All
I'm good.
right. Fantastic. So, Sarah, how did that feel for you?
Yeah, it felt like I didn't need to bring up everything in order to feel like I had resolution.
yeah.
Yes, that's exactly right. Just like bring it up real quickly. Good job. And we're going to do this rapid fire because we actually have to run for a flight. So, and you may have noticed that Annie left because she is pregnant. So, nature calls from time to time. So, with that, Sebastian, what was your experience?
Yeah, nice how it was so much how you kept it lighter, how you were like, oh wait, I need to, but that was really nice. And it's just like, hey, I have this on my attention and I just want to unload about it, which is like, okay, sure, go on. So it's really nice how you kept that energy so high and light, basically throughout the whole thing. So that was really great.
Yeah,
Uh,
fantastic job. And let's give her a score.
9, 9.5. It was, I mean, it
Nine,
was
nine and a
good.
half. Look at that
Yeah.
improvement already. That's pretty
It
cool.
was nice. I mean, it was really so happy to just hey, this is on my attention. Just want to share this, and it was very nice how you stuck in the start. It's not like hey, I got a compliment. No, you're really like celebrating that moment. That was also really awesome. So
Mm.
definitely a 9.5 for that part of the package.
By the
Uh,
way, with that response, would you be more likely or less likely to give her more compliments?
more, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there we
because it
go.
makes it it's more of a celebration moment and more of yeah, there's so much more value to it and yeah, also for me, yeah.
And every little response will create new responses. So you're now seeing that pattern just from Sebastian's feedback right here, Sarah. If you want more compliments, ladies, best way to get it is to respond like Sarah did and make a big deal out of the things that you really, really like in our men, right? And just blow it up. Now, Annie's fantastic at it. It's like, you are the best at washing dishes I've ever seen. Well, I'm going to wash some more dishes, right? That it works, right, guys? Is this true?
Yes.
Well, you are so good at taking out the trash. When you pull that trash out of the can and your muscles are rippling, I love it. So sexy. Is there more trash I can take out? All right. Saba, let's bring you up on stage. Feedback.
Feedback. It was, in comparison, nice and sweet, short, concise. I felt like I wanted to keep listening to you. Compared to the previous one, I felt like I lost focus because it was going on. But this was like, it was like everything was exciting about what you were saying. And you were so pleasant at the beginning and just, you weren't in a story. You were just complimenting yourself with the compliments you got. And it was just like, I wanted to hear more from you. I wanted to, yeah, I just wanted to keep listening to you. It was great. It was great energy. Like I was like, I'm pulled towards you, not away from you, pushed away. It was great.
That's outstanding. What score would you give her?
I'd give you 9 out of 10 just because I didn't hear a request at the end, but I think time got short. Yeah.
I think that's a great score. And so I do have a question though. Sarah, did you feel resolved?
Yeah, I honestly felt resolved before I even started talking.
That can happen too, which is pretty cool. And so really what you shared then from that state is with Sebastian, like, hey, you may have noticed like yesterday, I, I might have been a little bit off in this moment. And it's really silly and stupid how I was feeling off. Can I just share with you what was going on in my head? And I totally I know it's crazy. Like Annie talks about her fear of abandonment, right? And so if she loses track of me in a store, she gets worried. And then when she sees me, she's in that lower state for a few seconds. There's a story behind it. So I also now know the story. So one of the things I do is I try to make sure that I'm always within an eyesight of her because I know she has that fear. But if she never told me what was going on, I might think she's wacky, right? But I know that it goes back to when she was like 3 years old. So it's very well programmed when her parents literally abandoned her at a park. They hid around a bush from her. And so it scared the shit out of her as a 3-year-old. She thought she was going to like, oh my God, my parents are gone. So I know that, right? Anyway, with that, great feedback, Saba. I'll take you off of the stage here. And Sarah, I think what you did was phenomenal. Your energy right from the first second when he gave you the compliment was extraordinary. And then you carried that energy forward really through the whole conversation and you owned it. I really experienced you as 100% responsible for everything that was occurring and everything that has occurred. And that's really, as you know, what we aim for is that level of responsibility. And that's what we were getting to about reaction versus responsible. The first time I was experiencing you as maybe level 2 responsibility. This one was level 4 all the way. So that everyone knows level 1 responsibility is victim. Level 2 is, well, I'm kind of responsible, but so are you. Level 3 is I'm responsible for me, and that's it. Level 4 is I'm responsible for everything, 100% responsible for everything. And responsibility is our ability to respond. And so I want to really ground all of us in that. right? Because if we're not in that, then what are we really in? Well, we're kind of in blame. We're in victim to a large degree, even in all three levels. Even level two is still somewhat victim, right? I'm reacting to you. You can affect me. And I propose to you that nobody can make you feel anything. Nobody on the planet can make us do. God cannot make us feel something. Only we can. Our stories create our emotions. And so what she did is she created a story that getting her hair done was a fabulous experience. And that it was so awesome that Sebastian took her to go get the haircut. And I'd love to share with you what was bugging me in this moment, this story I was telling myself. So fantastic job, Sarah. 9.9.
I give her a 10.
And Annie gave you a 10. So it's a 10. Yes. It's amazing. All right. Fantastic, fantastic job. Apparently, Saba is the Russian judge. So with that, we will move forward. Thank you, everyone, for being. Oh, there's Annie. She is back.
And Sarah, I did not have any problem with it. Thank you so much. It was really great.
It's
You
for
were
her.
fantastic.
For her, this also helpful
And
to hear this.
And we didn't have I mean, it did happen, but we didn't have any conflict over it. At least not that I'm aware of.
Oh,
In
we
this
might
case.
find out some more later. So with that, next week,
You have something to tell me?
we would love to have more people join. So if you know somebody that may benefit from being here, practicing about breakdowns, practicing conflict, invite them to join you next week. We'll put them up on stage. They get to do an intro. We'll send them the recording, which, by the way, Sabo, we messed up the recording. It did not record what you did. So you get to do it all over again. So
Next time.
now you know you can come prepared, and maybe we'll do a quick little interview and we'll introduce you. How about that? We'll make it up to you. Okay, cool. So with that, everyone, have a fantastic weekend. See you next week.